Folks, guess what? It is now time for the Backlash predictions. Yes. You can all cheer now. Go ahead. I need to hear it. Anyways, yes, it is Backlash weekend. This weekend. I'm kind of nervous for this one. I'm not gonna lie. If WWE sucks us dry again and gives us nothing but ads, we might have a problem. I swear. You have five. We're going back to the five match cards. I hate that. I don't understand it. Like, can't we fit like two more matches in? I love a seven or match card or six. Hell, but there's technically a sixth thing here, but I don't like it because, well, it's John Cena, and I don't know. I want to make a prediction, like a crazy prediction, like this is him announcing a future pay per view, I guess. Do we have a pay per view in July besides Saturday Night's main event? We don't even have one in June. No, we have. In June, we have. What do we have in June? When is. What pay per views do we have upcoming, technically? I don't even know. Hold on, let me look at this. Whoa, did I just have a voice crack? Alright, look. I'm looking at the schedule for upcoming pay per views. We have Backlash. Backlash. Then we got Saturday Night's main event, May 23rd. Then we got Clash in Italy on May 31st. Night of Champions, June 27th. But isn't that King of the Ring? King Queen of the Ring? I don't know. Maybe they will just do that at Night of Champions. Then you have Saturday Night's main event, July 18th. You got SummerSlam, August 1st and 2nd. You got Money in the Bank, September 6th. And then that's it scheduled besides Survivor Series. War Games. So, not as much as last year. I don't know if we're gonna sneak in Evolution. I really love Evolution pay per views. Like last year's was freaking phenomenal. My pay per view of the year last year. Had my match of the year on there too, which was Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. But I hope they don't mess this up. Like you can't mess this up after last month with WrestleMania have nothing but ads and like 7-second matches. Like you can't be doing that, WWE. And yesterday they advertised the Hulk Hogan documentary. To quote him, brother, it's already out. What are you hyping it up anymore for? What is views down that low? Because we already finished it on your freaking ads. That's why. If the views are low, it's because we finished it already watching your show, watching WrestleMania. That wasn't even WrestleMania. That was the Hulk Hogan show. That was the Hulk Hogan documentary with WrestleMania on the side. First match up for our 2026 Backlash predictions is Braun Breaker versus Seth freaking Rollins. And I have a prediction. Okay. I 100% believe Braun Breaker is going to win this. Solely due to the fact that we need to get Braun Breaker some hype again. Because ever since Obafemi came out, Trick Williams came into the main roster, and then you had Javon Evans and all that. The hype for Braun Breaker kind of died. Same as for Carmelo Hayes and Ilya Dragunov. Like, I always thought like those three were like the next Shield, basically, because those three came up together and all that. I thought Braun Breaker would have been the Roman Reigns type, and Carmelo Hayes would have been the Seth type, and then Ilya Dragunov would have been the Dean type. But instead, I got a bunch of jobbers, basically, that do the job for a bunch of main eventers, for a bunch of 40-year-old main eventers. You know what I'm saying? Or the new upcoming stars, because apparently they're already too old. I don't know. We gotta pull it together, WWE. It's like infuriating, because now they're doing great stuff with their new up and coming talent. But don't forget about the talent you just brought up. It's like WWE saying, "Oh, you remember the talent we brought up last year? Don't remember them. Just focus on the talent that we are doing right now." And it's like, but they're special talent that we all cheer for and that we all still love. Ilya Dragunov. He hasn't even been on SmackDown since he lost. Where is he? I miss my Ilya. Bring me back some Ilya Dragunov. Like, when are we gonna get the Gunther and Ilya match? I know that's what everyone's waiting for. That's like a damn. Bash in Berlin was the perfect place to do it too, huh? Ah, you know how mad I was when I found out that they did Ilya versus Gunther in a house show match. Like, why are you being sued? Anyways, Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins. Okay, I hope Braun Breaker wins this because he needs to bring back his name, and then I hope the Vision starts beating up Seth and all that to a bloody pulp and all that. They destroy him. They stand on top of him, saying that we don't need you. You're nothing without us. You're just an old, fragile man. And then it gets to the point where Seth's alone. No one's on his side. No one trusts Seth. Everyone's like, Seth, you built that. You're the one who created it. How can we trust you? What if in reality you're just working with them just to fool us so that way you can take advantage of us? I think that the stare down with Roman Reigns last night was not a coincidence. I think Seth Rollins is going to get desperate and he's going to acknowledge Roman Reigns and ask Roman Reigns for help. And then that's how we get Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker some point this year. But did you see Roman Reigns backed out of a lot of dates? So I don't know. I just really hope that works out. That's what I think is gonna happen. Maybe like at a later pay per view. I don't know because then you already spoiled SummerSlam's main event, Oba Femi versus Roman Reigns, basically. Hmm. I don't know, but yeah, I do have Braun Breaker winning. I have Vision beating Seth down either after the match, maybe even before. I don't know. But have no more Masked Men. If Masked Men make a return, we're done. We're cooked. We're sautéed. All right. But I don't know. I really hope Braun wins this just to bring back some of the thunder, some of the fire he had before he had his injury. You know what I'm saying? I hope so. But then Oba came and stole his thunder. Like, what the hell, Oba? We love Oba around these parts, but we also love our very own Braun Breaker. Next up, we have Trickety trick trick 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 versus the gingerbread man, Sami Zayn. But hold it, we have to have a moment of silence for the gingerbread man. All right, we had our moment of silence for the gingerbread man, who unfortunately passed away last week from a vicious brooding or beating, an ass kicking, an ass whoop, a whoop that trick from Sami Zayn. My condolences to the gingerbread wife, the gingerbread kids, the gingerbread grandparents, the gingerbread's mother, father, gingerbread's friends, anyone who loved the gingerbread man, and to all of his fans. I hope Trick Williams absolutely buries and annihilates Sami Zayn this weekend. Because my prediction is Trick Williams will to retain. And in a babyface, amazing redemption story arc that WWE will never be able to replicate. Because Trick Williams, Mr. Whoop That, will have an amazing comeback and beat Sami Zayn and beat him and beat him and beat him and beat him and will save the memory of Gingerbread Man. And then Gingerbread Man will come out with Little Yachty sewed up, showing that he's still there, he's still alive and ready for action. And then he starts beating up Sami Zayn. Just imagine, bro. That would be amazing. But in reality, I think it's just that Trick's gonna retain, Sami Zayn's gonna break, and he's gonna turn heel. That's all that's gonna really happen. That's literally my prediction, honestly. Even though what I said would be 100% way better. You know what I'm saying? And I just realized I was making fun of Seth while wearing a Seth shirt. Okay. What am I? Alright. Next matchup for Backlash is Io Sky versus Asuka. Now, I'm sorry, fans. I don't want to break all your hearts, but I do not believe that Kairi Sane is going to return. I don't believe she is going to make it back. Yes, they're in pirate country with Tampa Bay. Yes, there are fans clamoring for her. Yes, we all want her back. Yes, she was a part of the story. Yes, she's a fan favorite. Yes, she is an amazing wrestler. Yes, she is awesome. But no, she is not coming back. I don't see WWE making her come back, especially since there was that rumor she wanted to go back to Japan. And even if that's not true, I just don't know if WWE is willing to bring her back because I don't know if you've seen it, but like a lot of wrestlers are taking pay cuts. And TKO is trying to lowball a bunch of their wrestlers. I'm going to make a video on that, but right now, what are we going to do? Because TKO is just ramming us, bro. Just railing the hell out of us. Like sooner or later, dude, WWE is gonna take all of our money, bro. They just feeding off our money, bro. And it sucks because we have a lot of diehard fans. You know what I'm saying, diehard fans. We're gonna be willing to pay that money. I don't know. What do we do? I don't know. But my prediction is Io Sky will win, and then we'll just end the feud. It's gonna be a phenomenal match. It is gonna be a cool, great match. It's gonna be graps, brother. It's gonna be flips. It's gonna be submissions. It is gonna be insane. It is going to be, you know what I'm saying? But I do believe Io is gonna win this and just end the feud. End the feud. If Asuka wins, cool. I don't really care about this match anymore, considering Kyrie's not there. So what's the point of caring about this match if there's no narrative behind this now? The whole reason for this match was so Kyrie could be saved. Io was trying to save Kyrie from Asuka. So who's Io trying to save? I don't know. Herself? Why is she saving herself when you already left? WWE, you put yourself in a hole. Danhausen versus The Miz and Kit Wilson. You know what my prediction here is, ladies and gentlemen? Let me preach for a second. John Cena is going to be Danhausen's partner. Now, hear me out. It is not going to be physically John Cena. It is Danhausen going to have a backstage segment during the pre-show where he talks to John Cena. And he's like, "Hey, John, you be my partner, yeah?" And then John Cena be like, "I'm retired." And then Danhausen goes, "So you will do it?" John Cena's like, "No, I'm retired. I don't wrestle anymore." And then Danhausen's all, "Great. See you out there, champ." And then he leaves. Then John's like, "What?" And he's like, "I guess." And making us all believe, oh, snap. John Cena come out of retirement for Danhausen? No way. And Danhausen goes up there. Big Miz, Kit Wilson. And then Danhausen goes, John Cena. And John Cena's music plays. But it's not John Cena. It is the invisible John Cena. It will be full circle moment, considering if you remember last year. No, a few years ago. The Miz brutally assaulted and attacked Invisible John Cena. And now Invisible John Cena will make his triumphant return after being brutally assaulted by The Miz. And he will hit his comeuppance and beat The Miz and Kit Wilson, standing tall with Danhausen, as The Miz and Kit Wilson are cursed. Yes. If I get this right, I might be the GOAT. I'm so serious. Because I was thinking, who else could be his partner? Jelly Roll? Maybe. But the John Cena would make more sense. Because wouldn't they want people to be like, oh, John Cena came back from wrestling? Psych, it was invisible John Cena to get a laugh out of you. And then instead it gets eyes on Danhausen, The Miz, and Kid Wilson. I'm just telling you. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. If I get this right. If I'm wrong, I just gave you a layup. I tossed up the ball, and all you had to do was grab it and dunk it in. But instead, you just grabbed it and just fucking, you traveled instead. You slipped on the floor instead of doing the alley oop. That's what you did, WWE. Because I'm throwing you a lob right now. All right, now It is main event time. As my prediction for the Backlash main event is Roman Reigns. My main event for Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. My prediction is Roman Reigns will retain here. Now, my what I think is gonna happen afterwards is very important because I don't know if WWE is going to have Jacob join Roman or not, or what their plan is. But I, my thing is, I think they are gonna have Jacob join Roman. I don't want them to. I don't want Roman Reigns' title reign to be centered around the bloodline. I don't. I really, really don't want it to be centered around the bloodline. I really hope it isn't. I really wanted just Roman Reigns. That's it. I didn't want bloodline or anything like that. I just wanted Roman Reigns being a champion, having people challenge him and say you're all alone and all that, and then Roman proving that he is Roman freaking Reigns and that he can go in the ring and doesn't need help. But instead, WWE is trying to make him go back to the bloodline, which I don't like. So unfortunately, I do think that Jacob is going to lose this thanks to the bloodline, and Jacob is going to end up joining Roman Reigns and acknowledging him, even though I don't want that. Another thing is that I don't think we get Zilla Fatu here, but if we do, I wouldn't be mad because he's awesome. But if even if I don't, it's not that I don't want him, but I don't want him because if we get Zilla Fatu, that's a continuation of the Bloodline story, and that's a summer feud right there. And we already seen them feud basically. And I don't want it again. I don't. I want Roman Reigns alone. I want Roman Reigns to be by himself. Like I said, just tribal chief, OTC, being by himself. That's all we needed. That's all we wanted was Roman Reigns going out there, proving that he is the head of the table, that he is levels above everyone, and that there's a reason that he's the most trusted in the company, and there's a reason why he's the number one person in the WWE. So my prediction, yes, is Roman Reigns retaining. I'm scared that we are gonna get Bloodline all summer long, and I really, really don't want that. I really, really don't. Especially since Oba and Roman Reigns had their little thing, which I don't want. Well, I do want Oba versus Roman, but I don't want the Bloodline Civil War to happen all summer. I really want Roman Reigns to be by himself. I really. If we get Roman Reigns with the Bloodline all summer, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be a sad little boy. I really am.